59 degrees, and it's almost 8 o'clock. The sun's been up for nearly an hour and a half. You guys ready to go outside? It's a Wednesday, to call it hump day. Let's go see what's going on. Oh, we still have some cold air advection. That is, the air is still coming in from Canada, and the breeze at night actually keeps you a little warmer. So while we were in the 50s around Boston, you go out to the center of the high pressure system near Saranac Lake, New York. This morning was 34 degrees. High pressure. Beautiful. Sinking air. What's going on out there? That looks like a very busy boat. Yes. All right, you gonna get yourself tangled up over here today? Of course you are. But at least it's not wet, so dry lines are easier to untangle than wet lines. Yeah, phone is not behaving. Come on. All right, gonna have to put you on hold for a second. We're back. Blue sky, sinking air, a few cirrus clouds up there, so there's a little bit of element of a disturbance high up in the sky, but really no problem. Disappointed last night that there was no aurora that we know of, so that solar storm had peaked Monday night. Sorry about that. Anyhow, how do you like butternut squash? It's being harvested. And also, this high pressure system is shaped like sort of a tilted butternut squash. We're in the lower bulbous part of the butternut squash. High pressure, the barometer is rising today, so we're still going to keep this breeze going, but as the high comes right over us, the wind is going to decrease and turn in probably to a sea breeze. The sailboat season, racing season has ended. Still a lot of sailboats in there, and I have some file footage. Yesterday, Doug Kent shared with me some images from what happened out there over the weekend. The Great Chase sailboat race was scheduled, I think, for Saturday, was it? Anyhow, it happened on Sunday, the day after Lee was well out to sea, but there was still a nice breeze. And so thank you, Doug, for sharing these beautiful images. I wasn't here to watch. I guess the race came right through here, all the different yacht clubs from around the region. And I think maybe even north of Boston came down for this, more than 40 boats participating. So that was quite a spectacle. Thanks, Doug. Little file from Sunday. Anyhow, going forward today, we're going to have the wind go light, plenty of sunshine. We're not going to get those same instability cumulus we had yesterday because the air is more stable now. It is less warm near the ground. Yesterday we were well into the 70s. Today we're just getting past 70 degrees. Just gorgeous September weather. And you know what I always say about beautiful Wednesdays? Watch out for your Saturday. And there have been some pretty much wholesale changes to what the forecast is for this weekend. Not so much initially. We're still looking at low pressure and almost tropical-like low pressure system developing over the Bahamas and coming north. But now it looks like, and the Euro has totally changed on this, the Euro races the first system up here on Saturday, making Saturday the wettest, most windy day, and it's primarily just for southern New England, mostly Connecticut, Rhode Island, Cape Cod, and eastern Massachusetts. On Saturday, some downpours and heavy wind. A lot of that wind due more to that high pressure system moving off over the Gulf of Maine, fueling this thing with cold air, so it's going to be a hybrid nor'easter once again, and we're going to have the wind probably in the order of 20 to 30 and maybe a couple of inches of rain. And the biggest part is this system now tries to race out and east, actually a second low pressure system coming up and out and east on Sunday with rapid improvements on Sunday. And the best weather this weekend looks like it's going to be in northern New England. Let's check the JPEAK webcam. Little color showing up. Beautiful sky this morning, huh? Little cap cloud. So you want to get a jump on the foliage season, head north. This weekend looks really good. Not too much wind. Probably the sun is still out. You see what my camera is doing here? It's just doing whatever it wants. So this is not a done deal. I know last week I stood here and said, Wednesday's the time to make the call for the weekend. And I guess the best call is head north if you want sunshine. A lot of things going on this weekend. I know that it's heavy into the wedding season, and my parents got married 61 years ago this weekend in Chatham, Massachusetts. A lot of parties on Cape Cod and weddings and such, and does not look that good. I mean, the worst of the weather is going to be here just right on Saturday and Sunday. And now with the big change in the Euro, especially having that front not stall, all of a sudden by Sunday afternoon we're looking good again, and it's taken the rain away from Monday and Tuesday. It is very high uncertainty and instability in the weather map. Can I just show you the upper level flow from the northwest continent and you see that wicked jet stream with these cutoff lows coming down off the Pacific Ocean to the west coast. And then here over the east, there's a ridge going across southern Canada and a trough going off the southeastern United States. This is a real delicate balancing act, and the interaction of these troughs and ridges, if they resonate, then you get the big storms and they can stall. But if they're not resonating, in other words, the ridge is up north and the trough is to the south, and they stay separate, then you get fairly nice weather and fairly predictable weather. But this whole thing has been changing so rapidly. So the only sure thing about the 10-day forecast is it's going to change again. The call for the weekend, oh, there's the sun. There it is. So if I wait until almost 8 o'clock, I can get the sun in my face for today. But each day the sun's coming up later and later, and we're closing in on the autumnal equinox. What is that? Is that this Saturday? I think it is, the autumnal equinox. It's gonna be officially fall. So then we can officially go picking our pumpkins and apples and such. And never cancel your plans based on a forecast. As long as the politicians stay away from the weather and don't declare a state of emergency, it usually works out. I know I'm being tongue-in-cheek, but when I got into the business, the politicians never tried to deal with the weather. They just let the meteorologists deal with the weather. That's all changed, hasn't it? This camera's going to be replaced very soon. All right, yesterday, you may have seen that I made you an In More video yesterday afternoon and published it of the kiteboarding. So just a touch of kiteboarding and probably more just of some fun viewing of the tanker going by yesterday morning. That was fun. I'll put that on a time lapse. And a couple more images here from Doug of the Great Chase sailboat race with my fickle camera. Changing the pace every second in my face. Talk to you tomorrow. Stop. It won't turn off. Hard boot. There you go. Where's the board? In your hand. I was like, I saw bare feet. That was about 25 feet of bare feet, as far as I can tell. Nice invert. Keeping the board this time. .2:30 on Tuesday afternoon, September 19th. This is always fun, watching these things go by. Critty Bay tanker. These things run about 500 feet long. Tell by the little sailboat on the right how large it really is. Like the little time lapse. Get it going by your boat. Leif and Pia. I don't know, Peter. I thought we'd have a clearer sky than this. There's some high, thin clouds, and there are some lower clouds, but those lower clouds should be evaporating, so I think there's still a chance of some northern lights, aurora tonight. How'd we do? Not to be confused with northern lights, we have some anti-crepuscular illumination, I would say, of the very tallest clouds. Highest clouds. They're not tall, they're high. They're just floating up there. Close to where the ionization may occur from the solar winds and the magnetic field that hopefully is going to give us a show of aurora tonight. Boating, planing, and the wind is decreasing rapidly. It'll be pretty chilly in the morning. Is that enough for today? Until I see the northern lights. Where's the moon, by the way? The harvest moon. Where is it? Probably behind that tree. Where's the moon? Where's that F-35? The day that just will not stop giving. video, that is. Don't see this very often. Huge barge going by at sunset. It's definitely a work barge. I'm not sure what they're working on. It's got these huge, looking like panel walls on one side. Maybe going underneath a bridge or something. Smell the diesel.